Mike Perlak here to entertain you with the help of my father and Paul McCartney and Badfinger. If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. But you better hurry 'cause it's going fast. If you want it anytime, I can get it.
But you
Better hurry 'cause it's going may not last. Alrighty.
Writers say that there
Must be a catch
when
you walk away from a fool and his money.
Sonny,
Okay.
you
Alright, we're not going to sing the whole song. we just got done watching Magic Christian. Sorry.
Ringo.
Yeah, the one and only Ringo Starr. A movie that was made in 1969. Spoiler alert, because we're going to be talking a little bit in depth about it. And apparently the Peter Sellers character, Christian's Ringo Starr's character, young one, or youngin, or something like that. He adopts a homeless guy. And it definitely was one of the better movies that he brought over for us to watch together, I'll say that. But when it first started out, I couldn't help but wonder if this was England's viewpoint of what homelessness was like. A little weird, but when he adopted the Peter Sellers character, adopted Ringo Starr's character, I started thinking of lines from other movies, like the original 1960s Little Shop of Horror. That's my dad. And another movie with Pauly Shore, where here's his character says, "Can I call you Dad?" And you said, how'd you know he was going to say that? Well, he didn't say that, but once the adoption papers were signed, Ringo turned to Peter Sellers' character and said, "Father?" So in the film, Peter Sellers' character ironically sells stuff, including there's a board meeting with where they're talking about building this humorously huge car, like it was some sort of competitive thing in the auto industry between England and America, I guess. But there's an image, there's a shot in the scene, in the board scene, that I swear was the inspiration for an album cover by the band Warrant. The album cover for Dirty, Rotten, Stinkin', Filthy Rich. Let's see what you think. Right there. Could it be the inspiration for that album cover? I think so. Okay, so the movie goes on, and Ringo's character meets his new aunts. The guy's sisters, the Peter Sellers character's sisters. And one of the aunts states that as a hobby, they think about all the atrocic acts done to sexual criminals. And this is like a hobby of the two aunts, I guess. Now, to me, like all English movies, English humor is kind of an acquired taste. Even Benny Hill, I had to get used to. I don't even get that because I've been watching since I was a little kid. But it's an acquired taste. At one point, the hot dog guy is running after him on the train to give him his change because he can't break the money of the bill he gives him. As you said, he should just take the money, right? But that's an example of, I guess, British humor. So anyways, this Peter Sellers character basically sells everything. People suffer at the hands of either use or misuse of many of the Peter Sellers character's products. Maybe this is why he adopts Ringo, so he can break even with God, because this is a common misconception amongst a lot of people of what, in terms of what real Christianity is about. And from there, the movie goes into this hunting expedition that they start hunting with tanks. And you said that, because I haven't seen Help in a long time, but you said that it gave you reminiscence of the movie Help, right? And then it goes to footage on a TV screen showcasing what I guess was English versions of the Watts riots. And then Ringo's character has a brainstorm, and they come up with this idea to make a dirty book write a dirty book with dirty dialogue and everything. Only all the dirty and controversial words will be blank in the book. Kind of a choose your own adventure. For people to put their own words. And we both agreed that was actually a pretty good idea. Oh, God. And then from there, the movie really becomes so surreal. There's a Black Panther and a dog show. It made it look like a dog. It could be a subtle, maybe like making fun of, race, IST. Anyways, and then there's a shot of that popular Vietnam scene where that guy's being shot in the head, which I was like, that kind of like, huh? That's the same image that's in the We Didn't Start the Fire video by Billy Joel. And then, next thing you know, Peter Sellers' character and Ringo Starr are having fun at home in a simulated nuclear war game in his house. This guy's so rich and bored with his being rich that he's got to eat caviar, like smearing all over his face. Oh, God. Oh, so and then they're watching this fight on TV that made me think, the rich guy, Peter Sellers' characters, watching it pretty much the same way I watched Rocky as a child on TV, mimicking the moves. And then it takes a turn for the weird, bizarre, because it turns out that the two boxers are Tutti Frutti. And at this point in the story, we're almost done here, folks. At this point in the story, they creatively bribe a cop to get out of a parking ticket.
To make him eat it.
Yeah, eat the ticket. He pays him to eat the ticket.
But he tells him not to eat the plastic.
Oh, man. And then it's this point in the story that we learn that Magic Christian is actually the name of a boat that you can go for a ride on for a fee. And at this point, then all of a sudden they're in an auction where the rich guy, again, under his boredom, ends up buying this painting so he can destroy it.
Cut the nose out.
Yeah, cuts the nose out. I wonder if that was a subtle joke against Ringo. Ringo Starr has quite the beak. Oh, man. And then we learn that apparently Oxford men can be bought. They basically sabotage, you give them money to sabotage a canoe race. So apparently, under popular belief, contrary to popular belief, Oxford men can be bought. Overall, I thought the father-son relationship between Ringo and the guy was a little bizarre, but anyways. And then at some point, this cop engages in entrapment to arrest this old guy for using Michoacan. You know, Michoacan? Oh, man, that's Michoacan. Michoacan. And then they show this, I don't know if it was an ad or part of the movie or the goings on this Christian boat or ship, whatever, where it was just a racial head transplant. and he puts the black guy's head on a white guy, but he puts it on backwards.
We thought they were going to do that.
Oh,
I don't know.
people back then thought they were going to do that in '69. Well, I'm not surprised. These are morons. Oh, and at this point in the story, it's a series of cameos of people I don't know. You knew who they were, but
Raquel Welch.
no. Well, I recognize her.
Christopher, famous vampire.
I didn't know who he was. But at this point in the movie, music basically takes over, and then it's announced that the Magic Christian ship is, quote, unseaworthy. Well, that's nice now that we're all aboard. And then it's also revealed that Raquel Welch is I guess, the head mistress. And apparently the ship is being steered by a whole bunch of topless females for the sake of gratuitous nudity. Or gratuitous nudity's sake. And at that point, the movie it's so surreal at this point that you start to wonder if this was all a simulation, at least momentarily.
And you forgot about the pee-pee and the crap.
And we're getting to that part. I didn't forget. But at this point, you think it's a simulation. At least momentarily, you got to question, okay, does this Magic Christian boat really exist? Because they open it out, it's like they're stepping out of a warehouse. Like, what the hell? Was this some sort of drug-induced trip? Oh, and then I guess then the climax of the whole thing is they put free money in a vat, including blood, urine. It's not specified what kind of blood or urine, but it is specified animal fecal matter, we'll call it. It's all put in this vat with this money, and there's a big announced free money. And then I brought up the point. I brought the point. You know, if somebody were to do that with money in the States, I can't speak for England, but that's you go to jail or at the very least be fined. That's called defying, government property. Oh God. So, anyways, that's Mike B's film reflection. Magic Christian, 1969. Ringo, Starr, and Peter Seller. At least it's one of the better Ringo movies he had me sit through.
Don't forget to say, yes, Dad!
Yeah! Oh, yeah. Well, all throughout the movie, Ringo, after all, he was living on the streets. So he's like, whatever you say, Dad. I'll go along with it as long as I don't have to live on the street anymore. Okay, Dad. I'm Ringo Starr, and you're my daddy. Okay.
And the book says, open your eyes and open your mouth and hit your head on the steering wheel.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. Okay. Okay, one more note. You just reminded me of one thing with Ringo, because the way he's going along with this guy, because he adopted him, so at least he doesn't have to live on the street. It's like, hey, does this look like our order? Let's see, Dad. We got 200 gallons of blood, 200 gallons of urine. They never specify and 200 gallons of fecal matter. You can't say certain words on YouTube, so. Okay. Mike Perlak, thank you for your time.